Hello everyone, TWK here, and welcome to my final video of 2022 Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PlayStation 5. I originally played this back on the PS4, and let me tell you, never again. Between the borderline non-existent loading times and the increase in graphical fidelity, this is the definitive version. But you all probably guessed that already. What you might not exactly know then, unless you read the title of this video, is that this is my favorite superhero game ever made. Why? Well, let us count the ways in my usual scatterbrain style then, shall we? BTW, spoilers ahead! Alright, the story. We follow Miles Morales as he moves into Harlem, and he definitely feels out of place, but not just as M2, but as Spider-Man as well. All the residents of the neighborhood refer to him as the other Spider-Man in what's a pretty disparaging manner.
Hey, right here.
What? Not you, my cat. Named after the real Spider-Man.
And that's one of the guiding themes throughout the story, Miles finding familiarity in Harlem as both Miles and Spider-Man, and they execute that rather well. As you progress through the main campaign, you'll also be completing side quests for the people of Harlem. Why isn't old Petey helping out? Well, conveniently enough, he's on vacation, which he definitely deserves after all the nonsense that went down in the previous game. Anyways, these side quests are managed through your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man app. Gotta love it when they add immersion to these games, and this app was developed by Miles' best friend, Genki, who also provides technical support. With said support supplies silly banter as both Miles and Genki are gigantic dorks and the chemistry between the two actors is 100% natural, so here's hoping they keep this in for any upcoming Miles Morales video games.
Hey, when you're crawling through vents, do you ever feel like you're in a movie and start humming suspenseful music to yourself? And then think about getting caught and put into a cell suspended over an alligator pit, and then making a bomb out of gum wrappers to escape?
Wait, what? No!
Cool, just curious.
But what's a story without an antagonist? Enter the Tinkerer, the leader of an underground group of techno-thugs known as the Underground. Well, these criminals certainly didn't ace any creative writing classes. This is made up for with the end of first act reveal that the identity of the Tinkerer is none other than Miles' other best friend, Finn! Dun dun dun! Having this reveal happen so early is quite a creative decision, as most stories would wait until at least halfway through the second act to do so, but not here. Miles doesn't even get his iconic black suit until after this moment, so that should tell you how early it is. Said decision allows the story to really let this revelation weigh on the mind of Miles as he struggles to make a choice. Does he come clean as Spider-Man in an attempt to win her over with honesty, or infiltrate her lair and use trickery to outsmart her? Unfortunately for our hero, he listens to the advice of his Uncle Aaron, aka the infamous criminal the Prowler, and it ends up blowing up in his face as by the time Miles reveals the truth to Finn, it's already too late and the damage is done. What doesn't help is that Miles keeps relying on his uncle, who inadvertently sells him out to the other big bad of this narrative, Simon Krieger, the head of Roxxon Energy. Roxxon is planning to build a safe and efficient reactor utilizing a compound known as Nuform. Downside is, Nuform is actually toxic as fuck to anyone who so much as stares at it the wrong way. Because of this, Finn and her brother Rick, who is the creator of Nuform, tried to shut that shit down. Unfortunately, Simon saw this coming and killed Rick to send a message to Finn. So now we have Finn as the Tinkerer exacting revenge on Simon by blowing up the reactor, and Miles caught in the middle of it all. How does everyone fare? I would say mixed bag, really. Miles absorbs all the power from the reactor, and with nowhere to expel it without killing all of Harlem, Finn shoots them both up into the air and sacrifices herself in a legitimately moving scene.
I can't.
It's okay. I can't. Just let go. Let go.
Simon goes to prison after Aaron flips on him, which is a great character moment because throughout the whole game, Aaron has literally been trying to teach Miles that it's better to be selfish and alive than selfless and dead, but eventually comes around to doing the right thing.
Let Krieger and the Tinkerer kill each other. Go back to being Spider-Man when the heat dies down.
And what? Just hide down here? I don't get to pick and choose when I'm Spider-Man.
And we also get a great moment where the residents of Harlem protect Miles' identity in another scene that is among my all-time favorites in any medium, and they simply describe him as our Spider-Man.
Did you see his face?
You did good, Spider-Man.
Thanks.
Who is he?
That guy? He's our Spider-Man.
We then see Miles walking around Harlem as a regular member of the neighborhood, echoing the intro. I really wish the cutscene would have ended here, as it would have been absolutely perfect, but of course we need our big action-fueled closing shots. I know I haven't discussed anything about the gameplay of Miles Morales, but that's only because it's not what makes this my favorite superhero game of all time. Are the Venom powers cool and overpowered as hell? Yes! Is turning invisible to break every stealth section super fun? Yes! Is swinging through New York fun as ever? Maybe even more so than the previous Spider-Man, actually. However, as good as all the gameplay is, what consistently brings me back to Miles Morales are the characters and their interactions. One thing that makes this game stand out among all the other superhero titles is simply this: we get to see Miles be Miles. And this isn't kept to just inside specific buildings like in the previous Spider-Man, or kept to just the intro like in Arkham City. We get multiple instances of gameplay as Miles Morales, the person behind the mask. Yes, they're brief, but they also go a really long way of informing us of who Miles is. Just being able to walk around outside as Miles is a step I've been waiting ages for in a superhero title, and I wish more developers would realize that it's not just the adrenaline-fueled action sequences that make these games worth revisiting, but the moments of these characters have as themselves. Being able to see Miles hang out with Genki, choose which record to play while his mom makes dinner, or attend his mom's political rally all go a long way in making Miles feel more human and thus more relatable. Some might see these moments as mundanity get in the way of our blockbuster action scenes, but I see them as the most memorable moments that I still think back to even as I write this script. And to be clear, I'm not against big, over-the-top set pieces, I just prefer to have those combined with some nice character building moments so that way, when the next action scene arrives, it means that much more. And to end this on a note I believe we can all agree on, this game has the best fit. No, really, basically from all of the Miles Morales costume designs to the Prowler and especially the Tinkerer. Like, for real, the Tinkerer's costume is easily one of the best designed outfits I've ever seen, period. 100% big honkin' W here. With that, I hope it was made clear as to why Miles Morales is my favorite superhero game ever made. Hell, I'd even rank it among my favorite in any medium. It's all about making your audience feel feels. And that's the video, everyone. I hope 2022 treated you all well, and here's hoping 2023 will be even greater. As for my next video, how about we get nostalgic as all fuck and head to a little lab in the Midwest of the United States. See you all in January.
He's a menace! Too soft. He's a low-energy menace! Too easy. Maybe he's a weak-minded... Oh!
Hey, Jonah! Looking good!
Very festive!
Menace! A feckless, treacherous, unhinged menace!